Why following your passion is one of the biggest lies we're told, in particular when we're younger, when it comes to growing a business. And this is something I see so much in people when they come into the fitness industry. They think because they love working out, that they're going to be successful in business. Now, when I take it back to when I started my career in 2008 as a personal trainer at the Pure Gym in Guildford, I was really passionate about working out. I loved weight training, I loved rugby, I loved all types of things just about sports. And guess what happened? I went and became a PT and I fucking hated it because the thing that I loved had then become soured by it becoming work. One of the things I also had to take in context at that time was I was a terrible personal trainer, which is ironic now because I have a hugely successful online fitness business. I've got a plaque on the wall for selling over $10 million of fitness programs. And the reality is this: you will never be passionate about anything at the beginning, and particularly when you suck. So I'll give an example. I have started jiu-jitsu. I've had my second session yesterday. I am absolutely terrible. I'm getting owned. Like, I'm jacked and I can have strength, but I have no idea what I'm doing. Am I passionate about jiu-jitsu right now? No. Am I having to make myself go and do it? Yes. But will I become passionate at it when I become good and I can actually then start to submit people and actually start to learn the skill? So what you need to focus on doing is not becoming passionate about something or working on something because you're passionate in terms of your career. Your passion will find you when you become good at things. And the reason people don't actually become passionate about things or they don't do anything very well is because you don't do anything long enough. Now, when you look at this in terms of a business perspective, people quit way too soon when it comes to learning any skill. So at the moment, I'm trying to learn some Arabic, I'm trying to learn jiu-jitsu, I do brain training every single morning, I do red light therapy every single morning, I do ice baths 2-3 times a week. I do all this weird stuff that I don't really see a direct benefit from right now, but like, I mean, 1% better every day. And the mentality you need to have, if you want to have a successful business, if you want to have a great body, if you want to have a great relationship, is you need to have the 1% better mentality every single day. And that doesn't come from passion, that comes from discipline and not motivation. So when you're disciplined about what you need to do and why, and your why is so strong, you will do whatever it takes to get there. And that's why I say from a business perspective, I've never seen anyone not be successful when they've actually tried really, really hard. And I mean, like, they fucking did everything single possible. And this is my biggest frustration with people when it comes to actually growing their business. They quit too soon. And I often feel I want success for them more than they want it because I know what life looks like on the other side. Once you've got time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, world becomes a different game and you see behind the curtain of how the world really works. Now, the reality, if you're listening to this, you're probably thinking, what am I passionate about? What should I be doing? What should I do in my career? What should I be angling my business at? And if you look at a passion perspective with, say, for example, a fitness business, I really like bodybuilding. Or I used to like it a lot more. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm then going to go and coach bodybuilders to try and make money as an online fitness coach, because respectfully to anyone who's listening to this who's a bodybuilder, most of them are broke. The joke about being IFBB broke. And I help some of the best bodybuilders in the world grow their fitness businesses and absolutely crush it, but most of them have no money, other than Chris Bumstead. So this is where you have to draw a line and understand there's a difference between passion and what you enjoy, and then the thing you actually want to get in life. Like, what are the values of who you are? What do you want your life to look like? And then what I actually personally try and do, this is a really good tactic anyone should do, it's called the Traits of the Greats. And I stole this from John DeMartini, who I went to one of his workshops. I would highly recommend going. And essentially you find different people, 3 different people in different areas of your life who you want to go and emulate. So maybe it's in terms of finances, maybe it's in terms of mindset, maybe it's in terms of fitness, spirituality, maybe it's in terms of family. You find those people, you watch what they do, you can watch it all for free on YouTube, all for free on social media, and just note the traits of how they behave. And then what do? You start to emulate the traits of the greats until you become one. And this is the reality in terms of you have to look for patterns, because successful people generally all do the same thing. And when you go from looking for to do your passionate things you want about and turn it into your career, the thing that you used to really like, you start to like less. Because if you love going to the gym and you suddenly become a personal trainer and you spend all day in the gym, you won't like it. If you are into fitness and training and want to do body transformations and you start doing 50 check-ins a day, you're going to start to dislike it. Because as human beings, we want some novelty. And even when you come to novelty in business, one of the big red flags is we often look for the red shiny object. Whereas the reality, we want to be looking for doing 2 things if we have a business model that works. We want to try and max out the volume of what we're doing and then improve the quality and the leverage of what we're doing. Ideally, doing both simultaneously. And this is essentially the game you want to be playing. So whether you want to be passionate, passion will often keep you poor, you're not making any money. Like another story back in the day, I used to be a ski instructor, but I knew that wasn't a career that was going to pay me what I want. When I'm much older and I'm worth 20, 30 million pounds, if I want to go and then spend 6 months in the French Alps or in the Canadian Rockies, then cool, I can go and do that. But then I don't have to be like working for no money, living in shitty accommodation and not having a great lifestyle. So the choice is yours. You follow your passion, you take the easy route, or you take the hard route, the things you really want to do. And this is something you have to understand, is that the things that are difficult now and are painful and horrible and you don't want to do, like getting your ass kicked at jiu-jitsu, will pay off for you exponentially in the long run. But the things that are enjoyable and you really like right now are going to be painful for you in the long run. So if you look at it from a food perspective, you sticking to your diet, feeling hungry, it sucks right now. But then in 12 weeks time, when you look awesome, you're like, well, this feels great. Whereas if I was to eat a chocolate bar right now and a load of chocolate muffins and my favorite, the Oreo Extreme Cheesecake from the Cheesecake Factory, that's gonna feel awesome right now. I'll probably feel shit in about 2 hours, but then my body's gonna get worse over time if I do that every single day. So the couple of things you need to want to take away from this. One, delayed gratification. Learn to be patient, which is one of the hardest tools. And if it comes to money, remember this saying, money loves speed, wealth loves time. So you have to be patient about the process, focus on the process and not the prize. And then guess what? When you start to get really good at something, you become category of one of the best in the world at what you do, you become passionate about it. Like I am about helping fitness trainers build their businesses so they get time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, just like I have. So get up to it, do exactly what you need to do the hard stuff, go and crush it. Took value from the podcast, make sure you smash the like button, comment below if you're on YouTube. If you share this, your stories on Instagram, I will personally reshare it to make sure you get traffic from my own account as a big thank you as we're trying to blow this up. So go after it, chase your dreams, choose discipline over passion.